Hey, what's up guys? Winter is here and Evolve Snowball has been thrown into the arena. After cycling 2 snowballs, the third one is Evolve. It has the same stats, but it drags enemy troops as it rolls forward 4 tiles. This makes it unbelievably impactful for win conditions on offense like Ram Rider or Balloon that want to get that last tower connection. Because if you swoop up your opponent's cards and make them disappear for a long time, you're bound to get extra damage. When you have a card as devastating as a Ram Rider or Balloon, sometimes all you need is that one hit to win the game. And on defense, when you're playing high damage cards like Cannon and Musketeer, if you're able to knock back your opponent's massive pushes, because the Evolve Snowball can pull back golems, P.E.K.K.A.s, and anything in the game. Besides buildings, your Musketeers will shred through anything your opponent throws at you. This deck was played in the top 200 in the game with Evolve Cannon and Skeletons if you don't have Evolve Snowball. This is the best Evolve Snowball deck in the game because you can constantly cycle it with a cheap cycle of 2.8 Elixir. You can beat anyone you play into if you play well. Let's roll into some games, slow down our opponents, and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. A gigantic snowball love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag, making all the hyper videos possible. All right, Irons is going to go in for a solid start, going in for Skellies in the back while we go in for a log. Unfortunately, we get caught by a Goblin Barrel as soon as we go in for our small spell, but we have a really nice reserve of using a snowball. So if you guys are matching into log bait and you got snowball and log, you have dual ways of shutting down goblin barrels for cost-effective trades. The only downside is if you decide to go in for a snowball and the opponent has a knight or something tanking for the goblins, you aren't able to immediately kill it. I'm going to log because I think the Musketeer survives at 1 HP. Yes, the 1 HP hero sliming 2 shots on the tower. Just like that princess overpowered us and got a lot of damage. We bounced back. We're resilient out here. So I'm going to go for the snowball, and this is what I was talking about before. Unfortunately, the goblins will guarantee a couple hits on our tower. Not the way that we wanted this to go down, but it is still fine. We can get a musketeer off to the side. I think the princess will get 2-shot by the muskie, and we know for a fact that our opponent is likely going to go in for either a goblin gang or maybe skeleton. So we're going to get ready with another log on top of whatever he does. He's going to infer a tower because he saw that I logged last time. So fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. If you have the ability to constantly switch up your plays and do something that's a little bit more aggressive, you'll get in your opponent's brain and you'll force them to make suboptimal plays moving forward. And that's one of my favorite things to do because now, without the Inferno Tower in play, we can really play around. I'm going to cycle the balloon to the right because I don't want to go directly into the Spear Goblins. We'll see what happens. I should be able to shut this down quite convincingly by going in for a log and then skeletons afterward. And then I don't think we're taking that much damage on the right side because we already took a ton on the left. And he just let the balloon do its thing. That is insane. All right, we're going to go Musketeer before the princess can snipe our tower any bit. And then we're going to go and cycle our Ice Golem. So we have a decent parade push here with an Evolved Musketeer and Evolved Snowball. I wonder how this works. All right, it kind of did nothing. But the Ice Golem is a win condition. All right, we're going to log this just to add insult to injury. He's going to probably go Goblin Barrel on the left, so we'll make a prediction with our Skeletons. If not, then we do have Musketeer on deck. So I'm going to go in for a Miner plus Skeletons push, cycle our Musketeer, Ice Golem, and that will full counter the Goblin Barrel with only 1 hit on our tower. Also, the beautiful thing about it is if they rocket that, then we could go in for a balloon. And that's not what we wanted to see. We really didn't want to see Fireball in this deck. Stop the insanity, my guy. He's going to Princess. We're going to log it. And then we're also going to hopefully allow our balloon to get extra damage because of that. As long as we're able to bop that once, that would have been fantastic. Because if we get the Inferno Tower down, then we could immediately go for another balloon miner. But I can't because I don't have the ability to do that into the Inferno Tower. So I'm going to go Ice Golem off to this side. I'm going to get Skeletons down off here. And then I'm going to get a cannon. No, I think I'm going to go in for a Miner Balloon. Because Fireball doesn't necessarily even come close to killing this. So we're going to get Inferno Towered. And we might be able to snipe it with an Evolved Musketeer. So we Evo Musketeer and we use our Balloon. We might be able to bash our way through. We're logging the Princess for the memes. Cycling Skeletons here. Going for a Miner and going to get ready for him to go in for a Goblin Barrel on the left side. But if he does, he probably loses to the Snowball and also the Musketeer push on the right. Let's go. That was a Snowball of the century. I love the fact that you can just play pretty capricious with your spells, throwing them out for the most aggressive plays possible when the opponent has a bad hand. Because if you catch their cards once, you'll have their tower for lunch and they'll be handing over the win. So the regular Snowball stole the show in the last game, and now it's time for the Evolved Snowball to level up the value. I think if we can go for Skeletons on a Miner, that would be awesome. But this guy is living on the edge, dropping his Miner on the other side because he's not scared of King Tower activations from tornadoes. So Dizzy might be dizzy from his crazy decision making, but it worked out pretty well for him in that spot. He just knew that I wasn't running NATO. So I'm going to go Musketeer on the other side. And if you guys haven't done this before, it is fun. even if they go in for a snowball and knock you back, you can also knock their units directly back into the musketeer or into your double tower value. So we've identified that our opponent is also playing a balloon cycle deck most likely. And I want to be going in for miners here because it's going to be harder for him to predict it. He's probably going to cycle stuff in the back, and we can log and hit whatever he cycled on the miner and also on our musketeer. So we got double whammy of value. And the ice golem again. Ice golem win conditions for days, guys. Wait, why is our miner so stupid? What? Our miner got dizzy from dizzy, bro. It started targeting the wrong thing. It saw the tower and it's like, nah, let's hit the ice golem. Ice Golem is just such a serious threat. When you see the Ice Golem wiggling its way through and wandering on your opponent's tower, you're just like, okay, I can't let this happen. I can't let this happen. Jake's Ice Golem put in so much work. We got to kill that. It's a threat. All right, so this balloon placement is going to be pretty smart from our opponent. He's trying to drop it off to the side so that it possibly bypasses buildings. But I think we shut this down with no hits. It is going to get death damage guaranteed, though. So well played on our opponent's end. If we go Ice Golem with this, we can do dual lane pressure. So maybe he's going to be looking at that Musketeer and Ice Golem push, and he's going to be spending too much elixir on that. Meanwhile, we have a marvelous parade on the left side. So I think if we snowball in these evolved skeletons, we don't have to worry about them. Meanwhile, we are messing them up on both sides. That's how you divide and conquer with this deck. Sure, he messed up the bomb tower, but we are giving him no room to breathe. Every single time that he is getting pelted by evolved musketeers or predictions or dual lane pressure, it gives him more opportunities to make mistakes. And again, we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna go in for Ice Golem skeletons and miner while we have the musketeer evolution on the other side. And if we're able to defend this with an evolved snowball, watch how the balloon gets literally nothing. It should just get knocked back.
They see me rolling, they hating.
Yo, that defense was insane. So Evolved Snowball is able to shut things down that you would probably die into in every other circumstance. He's going to go for another balloon. I might be able to cycle 2 cannons here. If that's possible, that would be a game-winning play. So I'm going to go in for the Snowball. I'm going to cycle Skeletons. I'm going to get an Ice Golem down, and I should get back to another cannon with this deck. It's insane like that. It's so quick. You think you can cycle faster than me? Well, you're probably around the same pace, but you're still going to lose, my dude. Also, we're able to go in for a log here, save the snowball to maximize our knockback against this balloon, and that was a beautiful sequence on defense for us. Whether it was the evolved snowball, the musketeer, and the snowball, or the multiple cannons cycled, there were 3 different ways that we were able to shut down and pop his balloons. Gotta say, the evolved snowball was by far my favorite because it felt so fresh. I haven't done that before, and that balloon got melted. Yo, this guy's got a whole bunch of ranks that he's flexing in his banner, and I'm ready to go. So, hopefully he's a potato. I think pomme de terre is potato in French. And maybe that's what his name is resembling. Anyway, I want to make the best plays and no potato plays, only... Oh my gosh! What? I was going to say pure expectations of awesomeness from our evolved snowball, but this man flabbergasted me and took the words out of my mouth after I saw a spawner. That is insane. What the heck? The best players in the world sometimes run really wacky decks at the start of the season just to have fun. I think that's what he's doing right now. So yeah, I'm going to go in for a miner here. I don't think I'm going to get any real damage, but it is what it is. I think that we will get some shovel slaps, but I don't know. Are we matching into a double spawner warrior? The few, the proud? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I could maybe go other side if they're... Yeah, I'm going to guess that they're going to go spawner into this. So I want to go other side. Nah, no spawners. Skeleton King. What a slimy sir. Oh my gosh. All right, so if this is going to be the strat from our opponent, it's important that we use Musketeer to damage down that... Ooh, okay. All right, well, we can log on all the graveyard skeletons. We should be good with a snowball here. But there's multiple layers of graveyards. Got the regular one, then he's got the Costco one from the Skeleton King that's half off. Jeez, dude, chill for a second. Let me catch a breath instead of skeletons like suffocating me out here. That's insane. All right, so... if I play this a little bit better, I do think that it's kind of ideal for me to go and snipe his spawner with our Musketeer, and then I'm not going to take that much damage afterwards, so I'll take like the one Spear Goblin that's going after. It's not that big of a deal. Definitely want to go opposite lane here. We're expecting to go Barbaro on this Musketeer, so I can maybe use the Evolved Snowball and then push it back and keep our Musketeer healthy. I wonder if this works. Yo, it redirected and launched into the tower. That's insane. Wait, that is a goated play that I didn't even think about before. Because there's nothing on the map for a second, if you use the Evolved Snowball and predict anything, the Musketeer will lock onto the tower. And if you miner in front of the tower, maybe you can have their unit target the miner instead of the musketeer. Wait, that is one of the best utilizations of Evolve Snowball that I've seen so far. That is so unfair with musketeer. Holy. And it's so unexpected too. All right, man's gonna have Mega Knight, so it's really a mid-ladder warrior. We gotta beat this guy. All right, we're gonna cycle a log most likely. When the Goblin Hut gets a little bit lower, should be able to blow it over. I hope. No, not quite, not quite. Still decent though. The musketeer come through? Not really. Oh, there's gonna be a graveyard in a second. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. All right, let's go in for skeletons here. Get like an ice golem down when we need to. Should be good to go with that ice golem here. Great answers to graveyard for us. And then we're going to log to knock back the musketeer counters. We're okay. We're chilling. We're vibing. We're out here, boys. Also, sniping that Goblin Hut is insane. Also, maybe going in for a snowball here, depending on what we're feeling. Yeah, I think we snowball on the zappies. Get that balloon near the tower. Yo, he's arrowing, but to no avail. I think we're going to ship is going to sail in our direction. GG. That's a W. That was such a fun interaction with the Evolved Snowball plus the Musketeer, giving us that early advantage that allowed us to fly away with the win. That rank 991 player in the world really ran one of the most ridiculous decks I've ever seen. Even with a top ladder player piloting it, we were still able to beat up that mid ladder monster. It's time to see how savagely this guy will spam the river. Usually with a name like that, they're going to be just buckling off, dropping their stuff at the bridge, but this guy's different, I guess. I don't want to cycle Musketeer even though it's an evolution just because it costs 4 elixir and it's my only real anti-air defense. If I had Bomb Tower, I think I would maybe be more able to do that, but in single elixir with a cannon, it's not something I want to mess around with. I could go in for a Musketeer in the back now since we see Fisherman and Ice Wizard, so it's likely to be more of a control-oriented deck, but it's not going to have the capability to go and bounce balls to the walls offense against me. 2 cards that are really slow. Woo, okay, that's awesome. The Lightning is a -2 trade into that Musketeer, and you're also cycling Ice Wizard, which is -1 trade into the Ice Golem. And I think I can maybe do something like this. Skeleton's Ice Golem Miner push, guys. It's working. It's going to make some miracles happen here. Believe it or not, I think we're going to go and slaughter the Doctor with a simple log. So if he pops a bad ability, it'll be really funny. I think he will. I think he'll pop an ability here. Once it reaches the tower, he'll think that it's going to be worth it. Yes! And we just kill it. I don't think that was worth it all. He wasted 2 elixir. That was the magnet that we wanted to make happen, guys. He fell for our trap card. He used his own card and relinquished a lot of elixir. That was 2 elixir for like a tickle. All right, we could snowball here, but I'm not ready to make more predictions on skeletons like we did earlier. Oh, wait, bro. You're not telling me we got a mirror matchup up here, but you got Ice Wizard to slow down my balloon. That is crazy.
Round 1, fight.
It's actually not bad for me as long as we were able to win bridge battles. With Musketeers, if you stack them up, you're going to be stacking up your wins. So we'll see how this goes. I would like to go in for an Ice Golem and just figure out what balloon answer he's going to have and separate our stuff so he can't lightning everything. All right. Well, we're just going to go and cycle our Doctor creative card combination. Not really. Cycling our Musketeer and... Ooh, do we bash our way through that? There's no way. If we can get skeletons to kill the Doctor... That is diabolical. That is insane. Okay, all right, wait, we need to go and cycle some Evolved Snowballs here if we have any hope of defending this, right? It's going to be tough. It's going to be a really risky situation, but we do have Evo Snowball on deck. I think we could make this happen if we play just well enough. I'm going to cycle long. This is an insane amount of elixir that this guy is throwing at me, but with Evolved Snowball, we're going to keep our Musketeer safe, and we're just knocking it all back, slowing it down, and watch as our opponent gets pummeled by our insane defensive positioning. That's so free because you can stack up Musketeers and cannons. If they lightning, you're going to get back to another one, and the Evolved Snowball came in clutch there. Wait, what is that P.E.K.K.A doing? You know, if I had to judge anything by his emote, I think the P.E.K.K.A is sleeping. He's just like, hey, don't disturb her. Don't hit her with skeletons or an Ice Golem, Jake. Don't you dare. Not gonna lie, I couldn't resist rooting at serene slumber. So we pushed all the way up to League 8, pretty much winning all the matches we played, so everyone that we play against right now in the same league as us is bound to be a lot better than everyone we played against. So, let's see what we can do. Probably want to just go for a log to get some guaranteed chip damage and maybe get in an early lead. I know it's something that's not really that much, but hey, we take those, guys. 100 damage advantage. Not really, it's like 70, but well, it's still okay. All right. especially since we got double small spells here, and we can figure out what our opponent's going to do, because then there's pressure on them to make the first play because they're down in a little bit of a damage deficit. So I think it's going to be a Ram Rider deck, if I had to guess. What? What? Is this 3 Musketeers? I don't have a big spell, but I do have a pretty good way of damaging down Elixir Collectors with Evolved Musketeers. Am I seriously compelled to go in for a log and a snowball to finish that off? What? No, 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 no. This is bad. This is quite bad. I think I'm going to be a very sad sir in a second. I mean, there's a chance this works out. I could pull back this or like use Ice Golem to pull. Oh my goodness. How are we supposed to defend this? The answer is probably not. It's likely not possible. It's really unclear. All right, we're going for skeletons here and then maybe be okay. It's really looking rough. I feel like that was the most unfair interaction I've ever seen in Clash Royale's existence. You monk into a cannon to Musketeer. I'm just sitting there like, what am I supposed to do with 3 Musketeers coming at me? And I have no big spell. That was awful. Oh my gosh. Holy heck. If I had a lightning, I would pay my entire bank account for that, bro. Okay. Anyway, we can still bounce back. We have Evolved Musketeer, so we could snipe an Elixir Collector if he doesn't understand, but he's obviously good enough to know. Is he going to 3 Musketeers again? Of course he does. But wait, we can slow everything down and then hold it in place and get death damage on all the Musketeers now. That Evolved Snowball was insane, and we can log to kill, and then we can use the Musketeer to go and snipe the Elixir Collector. Wait, that was insanely good. We are so back. That was awesome. Oh, please don't do this to me right now. All right, game, we got this. Believe in the heart of the cards. I still need to take the tower on the other side. I forgot about that. I'm going to miner and pretend that I didn't forget. All right, cool. So V bombers, that's not going to be enough. That thing is gone. That is gone with the wind. All right. If we go balloon, oof, this is actually looking relatively rough. I think I want to cycle the logs early and maybe get back to another one. Or maybe, I think I can. Is he going to expect me to go for a log? I think he does, but it's win a bubble. It's win a bubble. Hold back the E-barbs. Yes. Bomber's dead. Okay. Winnable. No, maybe it's okay. I don't know. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, guys. Abort mission. All right. Gotta do this. Log again. Such a close game. Hey, I enjoyed most of the match. That guy was a phenomenal player. But I'm not gonna lie, I hate that Evolved Bomber. That thing was beyond painful. I was scared senseless every second, expecting the monk to come down and block my spells. But in the end, it was the Evolved Bomber that put the nail in the coffin. Still looking at that guy's ranks at 183 in the world, one of the best players in the game. Playing against 3 Musketeers with no big spells when your opponent's a top 200 player with over 3,300 medals is pretty insane. And I might have won that match if I didn't sacrifice the balloon into the 3 Musketeer prediction from our opponent. Still an insane game with our Evolved Snowball allowing us to steal the first tower. No matter how much damage your opponent has, you can wipe them off the map for a short second so your balloon can always get a hit, even against 3 Musketeers.
Check this out. Oh, I gotta send that out, man.
Snowball the like button, subscribe for more daily content, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.